Welcome back to another media buying progress report. So if you've been here before, then you know that what we're doing is I'm learning some new skills about media buying and I'm sharing with you the resources that have been the most helpful for me and my experience trying things out. So where we left off, the last video I showed you the analytics from my experience boosting posts on Instagram and buying some ad space there and what worked and what didn't. That was really fun. That was super cool. I learned a lot from that. And now I've geared my new goals and interests toward Facebook. So we're moving from Instagram more into Facebook, which are very similar, and some of the analytics you will use are very similar as well from what I've learned. But so what this video is going to be about is all the research I've done about Facebook ads, because my next step is to purchase some ad space on Facebook. So the last 2 weeks I've spent a lot of time researching the best practices because I don't want to just spend my money and just leave it to luck. So here's what I learned. But first, let me show you what I've been doing to prep my Facebook page for this ad space. So I've been producing the content, which is obviously very important. You can't just promote something that doesn't exist. So I've been producing the content for the Facebook page. On the screen here, you see a piece of content that I created. I've been turning old long form content into short form content. So that means I'm recycling some old content I've created previously and I'm turning it into more applicable and digestible formatting for Facebook. And then I've also been learning how to use Facebook Insights for analytics. That has been really fun. I've really enjoyed learning Facebook Insights. I loved it. I won't actually be going into that in this video, just because it's its own conversation and video, but maybe in the future I'll go into that a little bit more. And then now I'm prepping to spend on the ads. So here's an example of actually some of the long form content I wanted to show you. So this is it, blog posts that I've recycled and shared on Facebook. And as you can see, they're not reaching a lot of people, and that's why I'm ready to take the next step of ads. So here's a training I did over the past few days or weeks. It was Intro to Buying on Facebook, and this is actually provided through Facebook themselves or Meta Blueprint. And this is free. You can access this. I recommend you do and that you try it out. It's very helpful. It goes over the basics of buying for Facebook. So the three basics like auction, reach frequency buying, and target rating point buying. And those are just words now, but if you go into this training, it'll go into more detail and you'll walk out of it knowing exactly what's going on. I would recommend pairing this training with this training. It comes right after, and it's the Facebook ad delivery. And the reason I suggest doing the other training first is because that goes into more vocabulary and what the basics are and what might be best for your campaign. This one goes a little more into the nitty gritty of what the algorithms are doing, the best practices for Facebook auctions, and content optimization. Like, it goes much more in depth. So I recommend starting with the first training and then moving up from there. So these are just two of the trainings I did. I did a lot more, but I don't want to just go into a whole recap of everything I did, but I would recommend starting with these and then working up from there. Some YouTube videos that were helpful after I did those trainings was this YouTube video. It goes way into the nitty gritty of auction on Facebook. So definitely do those trainings first, but this video can help you learn about the lowest cost versus cost cap, target cast, bid cap, and how to set up a full bid test. Now that again is just words right now, probably if you have no experience, but this is very interesting and helpful to know. So maybe this video would be a great resource for you like it was for me. Additionally, this resource was helpful. Now, this video, I wish I had seen it when I was in the process of setting up my Facebook page, because I would have configured some settings differently if I'd known, if I'd seen this video. So this is a great resource if you're setting up your page right now to get some good settings for future ad compatibility. It just would be simpler to set it up all right first and not have to go back and do it again later. So this is a great resource for you if you're setting up right now. This is the last video I'll share with you. This one was really helpful because it had an on-screen walkthrough. He was very simple and the principles are very applicable, and it was very profit focused. So if you're interested in getting some real profit from your ads, this is a good video to learn from. Now, what are my next steps? So I've shared with you the research, a little bit of the research I've been doing, and from here I'm now moving forward with boosting posts that I've already posted. So you saw some of the content I've created. I'm going to be boosting those posts to improve that at reach and engagement. The second thing is run an ad campaign. I'm excited about this. I'm a little bit scared, but I'm going to be trying to run an auction and see what that's like, to apply what I've learned. The third thing is interviewing a professional about their experience with buying ad space on Facebook, and I'll be sharing those insights with you guys as well. So stay tuned for a total update on these next steps for me. I'm very excited, and I'll be back soon. Thanks.